I'm hoping that this video will be a few different things really. For those of you who are bored of watching me do day rides, this is going to be my first overnighter in quite some time. For those of you disappointed when I luxuriate in hotel rooms and still try to pretend that that counts as bike packing, this is going to be my first time sleeping out in the woods for even longer. It's going to push the boundaries of this route that I've been talking about setting up in the last few videos as far out, hopefully, as Hässleholm, which kind of starts to make it feel like an actual route. And it's going to be a celebration of a mantra which I have often recited but have never really inhabited, and that is the mantra that when it comes to bike packing, the right bike is the bike you have. Now, I'll probably come back and talk more about all these points later on in the video, but for now it's about 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to enjoy the ride, let the trail do the talking. For a cheeky sandwich at Yellowbow at the lake here. This is sort of a traditional place now where I have to stop if I pass by. It's beautiful. I'm not swimming today. The water's actually still pretty warm, but it's not a swimming day. It's a bit grey and breezy. I think there might be some rain coming in by the looks of it off in the distance. We shall see, we shall see. I realised that I forgot to bring any water with me. Left the bottle on the side at home like a fool. I brought my filter, fortunately, so I'm just drinking my fill from the lake, and I'm gonna have to make a detour up to St. Olaf, I think, which is a little way north of where I wanted to be. See if I can get myself a litre bottle, but that's all right. I'm learning. It's giving me things to talk about when it comes to the right bike is the bike you have thing, which actually might turn into a whole other video. I'm not sure. We shall see. Anyway, I'm enjoying the ride so far. Let us continue that way. Saint Olaf. I found the Ica, got myself a bottle of water, stood outside eating a kanelbulle, waiting for the rain to pass. But it didn't, and looks like it's not going to, not today at least. Tomorrow's looking better, but this is the way it's going to be until, I don't know, late into the night, I think. So I've come back out of town, I'm back on my line now, and this little crossroads junction here is pretty much where I turned back on my last sort of scouting day ride on this route. So from here on in, everything is unexplored territory, which is terribly exciting. I just wish I wasn't so damp still. It is what it is, that is the nature of this thing. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. Nothing you can do about it, you just gotta keep pedaling. So I'm gonna head on. I'll try and film as much of it as I can without getting my phone too waterlogged. Yeah, I'll check back in shortly. Stopped for a final sandwich at the trail side. The rain hasn't stopped, but it hasn't intensified, which is what I thought it was going to do. In fact, it's kind of eased off a little bit. There's just enough in the air to keep you a bit damp, if you know what I mean. It's annoying, but at the same time, it does make the forest kind of beautiful. That sort of haze in amongst the trees and everything's really richly green and brown, and the air's still quite warm underneath it. So when you come out into those areas that have been cleared, you can smell all the resin coming out of the pine trunks in the big heaps and things. So there's a lot of beauty to appreciate here. Just found a nice troll stone to sit and have a snack on. It's always good. No sign of any trolls, but I expect they too are sheltering from the weather. I'm thinking that the wetness possibly means it might be a bit midgy, mosquito-y as well. I was going to be camping in amongst the trees wherever I end up. But, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, I'm not making hugely good time as usual, so gonna push on. Onwards, onwards, ever onwards. against all the odds, the rain has stopped. And now it's nice, it's steamy and warm and humid, jungle-like. Smells amazing. I'm kind of starting to dry out, though I'm still very damp. I think that might be here to stay for the day. But I'm doing alright. It's about 4 o'clock, I think. I've done 55 kilometres, but about 10 of that was the detour into St. Olaf. So I'm about 40 kilometres into the official route, and I've just stopped to check out this little shelter. I'm not staying here. I just thought it'd be good to come and see what's here. Nice solid shelter, good roof, fire pit. Be a nice little spot to stop at. There's a lake over there where you can go for a swim, fill your water bottles, what have you. I am hopefully going to stay in a shelter tonight, but not this one. There's another one 10, 12 kilometres ahead, and then another one maybe 20 on from that. So I'll see. It's kind of a big day for me, but I've got the e-bike. I'm using it very sparingly because I'm pushing well beyond its range on a 2-day ride. But yeah, my legs are feeling all right, and now the rain stopped. I feel like I've got a couple more hours in me at least. So yeah, this is a groovy little spot. Gonna push on. Well, that was all rather surprising. It was surprising that the rain stayed away all afternoon, and it's been pretty lovely, really. It's surprising that I spent the last couple of hours riding some bonkers trail. I mean, some amazing kind of two abreast swooping through the old beech woods, moss covered boulders and old walls, really technical, rooty, rocky, off camber stuff, some proper gnarly descents and climbs, really, really beautiful stuff. And I've come here to this shelter spot at Rebetur, however the hell you pronounce that, really don't know, apologies. And I'm calling it a day here. I'm pretty pooped. It's going to give me a bit of a long one tomorrow, but that's all right. I'll start early, and I think it's more of a downhill trend tomorrow anyway, so the weather's going to be nicer, so that should be all good. The real spanner in the works is, though, that I saw signs that said I was actually following the Skåneleden, which is a hiking trail. And I've got here and I've checked their documentation on the info boards and things, and you're not really supposed to cycle on it. So I'm going to have to rejig this whole section when I get home and try and reroute myself tomorrow, so I'm not riding on it anymore. You can kind of see why. I kind of suspected that would be the case. There are some sections which are very narrow. There's some of that, woodwork over the damp patches, which is really thin, lethally slippery. You'd never pass a hiker on a bike there. And there's a lot of sections that you can see, if lots of bikers rode it, they're so steep and technical, they'd be dragging tyres, dragging brakes, be gullied out and ruined in no time. So I completely understand why it's not for bikes, and I will try and keep off it tomorrow if I can. It's a pity, but that's why we do these recce rides, to find this sort of stuff out. For now though, I'm going to take my wet socks off. I'm going to get a fire going because there's some firewood here. Cook myself some dinner and get back to you for the sign off shortly. I've got the Firebox Nano burning twigs for fuel tonight to cook my dinner. This is a point of very minimal, if any, interest at all to most of you, but I know there's one person watching this video who'll be very pleased to see me doing that. You know who you are, so this is for you. I dedicate this surprisingly bland dinner to you. And I forgot a spoon, so I'm eating it with a stick. Cheers. So I realised that I never came back to talk about the points that I started this whole video off with. The route thing, my thoughts on what this route might be had changed even since I did the last video, and now I'm going to have to rejig it all again to avoid this Skåneleden section. So I think I'm just going to stop talking about it completely in any kind of detail, lest it become the prattlings of a madman and you will get sick of it. The whole right bike is the bike you have thing, I think that's going to be a dedicated video, to be honest. I've been thinking about it quite a lot. There's some things to say. It's quite an interesting topic, so that might be the next video after the video I make tomorrow, if you see what I mean. So really, I think that's it for me for today. I've had my dinner, I've dried my socks by the fire. I'm going to get my bed sorted out and sleep in the shelter. There's no mosquitoes around. I guess it's the silver lining to the whole cloud of impending societal and environmental collapse is that there's no mosquitoes around anymore, so I can sleep out in the open. Not sure if that's a good thing, but anyway, all that I guess is really left is the thank yous and the hard sell. These people drifting upwards with the smoke of my wonderful bonfire. These are my monthly supporters on Ko-fi. And you are, if you are one of them, the most splendid of folk. Most of these names have been supporters for quite a while, and they've stuck with me through this recent period when I haven't been doing very many videos. And quite honestly, they are the reason, or part of the reason at least, that I'm out doing this video now. Having these supporters is a real encouragement, and it is also a very real financial support. I don't have a job at the moment. I'm living the life of Riley, spending my savings, and that is a state that cannot last forever, no matter how much I wish it could. at some point in the future I'm going to have to get a job again, and when I do, that combined with everything else I've got going on here in Sweden, Louise and Minna and stuff, I honestly don't know how much time I would have to do these videos, to do this channel. And I like doing these videos, I like doing this channel, I want to keep doing it for as long as possible. So these people are amazing, and if you enjoy these videos, if you want to help support what I'm doing and encourage me to do more and enable me to do more, then check out the Ko-fi page. One-off donations are great, monthly support is fantastic. Buy some merch. Look at this t-shirt. Is that not an amazing t-shirt? Look at that. The Jazz Roundel, designed by my very good friend French Eric. It's a very popular design. There's a couple of others as well. There will be links below this video where you can go and buy t-shirts, mugs, stickers, bags, hats, all kinds of groovy stuff. Hit the thanks button down below, like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. Make me famous so I don't have to get a job, please. No, your support and the fact that you made it to the end is very much appreciated. Thank you all so much. See you all tomorrow. Bye now.